Welcome friends, it is I, LostScarf, and it's time for the new god, Nuwa. And sorry ladies, but damn, look at that underboob. That is... I'm sorry, but you know, scantily clad is hot, and there you go. Alright, so we're going to look at Nuwa, of course, and Zeus, and Uller, and some other things, and talk about some things. Maybe going to try very hard not to rant, but just to argue what's going on and my feelings about it, and then of course have fun with everything else. So, let's get going! Alright, it's really odd, but there is no Nuwa or Zeus lobby thing, but there is one for Survivor Uller, also known as... Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. For it. Zombie Hunter Uller, yep, that's right, he hunts zombies, he just kills them. Yep, there you go. Look, when you're Uller, you're hunting the zombies. You ain't running from them, you're hunting those guys. And then there's the other one to show off, and that is... Treasure Chest. And here it is. And it has Atomic... Well, Nuclear and Derpules. And Nuclear is amazing, and Derpules is stupid as hell, but it's probably amazing as well for being so stupid. But there we go. And these are the lobby things you can see, and we'll talk about the treasure chest soon enough, but let's go ahead and look at just all the skins. So let's go ahead and look at Zeus first. Here's Zeusy boy, he looks very good. Just look at the shield there. Nice freaking shield right there, and he's got an arm gauntlet thing right there. Nice looking as well, good clothes. Just looks good all around, and so is Cloud. His Cloud looks a little bit improved as well. See his voice back.
Enemies in right lane. I'm returning right lane. Defend right lane. I'll defend the Gold Fury. Defend the Fire Giant.
Oh my god, the lightning bolt looks weird. But I think it's the same guy.
Yes.
He just
I'll defend left lane. What a shame.
Updated the voice a bit.
Defend middle lane. Stepping away for a moment.
So it's a very serious voice as you can hear, and then this is still the same Stormbringer. They kept it as the old one, so there you go. Young, of course, is just young Zeus, so of course they don't need to do anything to that. But here's a really cool looking skin. Thunderhead, look at this thing. Yeah. That is such a cool looking skin in the portrait, as you can see right here. Purple lightning. He doesn't actually throw purple lightning, which made everyone sad. Everyone is sad you can't do purple lightning, because that would have been cool. Of course, Chalk does purple lightning as well, but still, would have been really cool to see that purple lightning. And then, of course, we got the gold skin over here, and you can look at the portraits. Forgot to show the portrait there. Then the black one. Very good looking skins. The art department always does a good job. Definitely for that. And here's the portrait there. He's making his Rasengan there. Beat that, Naruto. And let's go ahead and look at Uller. So let's go Uli over here. Look at Survivor Uli. And it's not gold. Here's Survivor Uli. Zombie Hunter. And there's his portrait right there. He's got his axes out. To his voice pack.
Group up. I'll defend. Okay. Quiet. Enemies in middle lane. Be careful middle.
Huh.
Bye. I'll attack middle lane. Group up. Good game. Defend the Fire Giant. I'll gank.
People don't like the voice pack, but it just feels generic to me, really.
Defend the Gold Fury. I'll attack right lane. Going into the jungle. On my way. I'll attack right lane.
Yeah, it just feels pretty generic to me. That's about it. He does shoot flaming arrows with this, I think, when he do his 2 buff. And it's a pretty cool looking skin there, though. He's got these axes and everything. That's pretty cool. And he does get covered in blood, I believe. I don't know if it's from kills or killing minions, but I remember seeing blood coming off of this guy, unless that was an error. But there you go with that. And all that's left to show is gotta be Nuwa, right? Yeah, oh, no. Ymir. Let's look at Nuclear. Where is it? There it is. Nuclear Winter. There's Nuclear right there. Looks pretty cool. He has different sounds and animations and everything. It's such a cool looking skin. The only one to get it is the treasure chest. And then there's Derpules. And here we have Derpules. Oh my god, this is retarded. Alright, let's hear his voice. This is so bad.
I'm returning to base. Set up an ambush here. Yes. Defend the Gold Fury. Gank left lane. Enemies in the right lane. I'll attack middle lane.
And he screams so ridiculously when he does ultimate. It's amazing. And it's just such a ridiculous skin. Oh my god. Double checking your mirror a second.
Follow me. Stay here. Set up an ambush here. Right lane.
Yeah, no new voice for Ymir. And finally, we have the new Nuwa. Underboob of Legend. There we go. So the question is, why is she floating now? Why didn't she walk anymore? So you get a better view of the underboob. That's it. That's it. Why is she just like Aphrodite? So you get a better view of that. That's totally what it is. Let's see the other one. Amethyst. Now the joke is, you can't tell the difference between her and Aphrodite. Let's take a look here. And, you can. Not perfectly, but you can definitely tell the difference. And we got the gold one here. It's not... There's the portraits. There we go. Amazing looking portrait right there. She's got a snake form, which you don't have much of a snake form with her anymore, unfortunately. There's Amethyst skin. Very nice looking skin there. Then a regular one. Just good job. Art department does a great job. Amazing underboob there, and I can't stop saying that. And here's the voice pack.
Defend the fire giant. I'm returning right lane. Defend the fire giant. Enemy missing. Enemies at the fire giant. Enemies in left lane. I'll defend left lane. I'll gank left lane. You're welcome.
Now, people's problem with this is the old nuance sounded very commanding, very powerful, and this one just doesn't sound like much.
I have returned. Falling back.
And I get that.
Okay. Follow me. Be careful, right. I'm returning to base. You're welcome. Help middle lane.
It's softer,
be careful.
Less demanding.
Completed. Attack right lane. Enemy missing. Cancel that.
Less, I don't know.
I'm returning to base. Attack right I'll lane. Defend middle lane.
It just feels like they want more generic with the voices on this one. That's what it really feels like, and that's a bit unfortunate there. And there you go. Now just take a look at the wards. Well, we're going to do a rant later. Let's see wards here. So new wards is Quetzalcoatl. There you go. And you can only get this through the treasure chest, I think this. Available through promotions. Quetzalcoatl looks pretty cool there. And then we have the satellite, which probably the most sense-making ward ever. A satellite. And then the treasure chest, because of course, why wouldn't you have the treasure chest? You can only get it through the treasure chest. Okay. And then there's the Sachi, which we cannot get. This is only through Latin America. Only Latin America can get this one. Oh, that means we can look at Chimichanga, can't we? Alright, so Chimichanga. Chimichanga. There it is. Lunar Tango Chimichanga can only be gotten in Latin America. Oh my god, he's got the little hat and the... Oh my god! The bunny! Oh my god. He should... Oh my god. The other thing they could have gone was Mariachi Bunny. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's hear the voice pack.
Attack the fire! Return to the base! Attack the fire! Attack left lane! Falling back! Defend right lane! Enemies incoming! Follow me! Enemies have returned to base!
This is an amazing voice pack. Now, initially I thought, man, this might be a little too racist. But then Remedy's made a point, and that is, look at America Ra. Like, Ra America. He is extremely stereotypical. And Lunar Tango is extremely stereotypical as well. And the thing about Hi-Rez is I give them the benefit of that, and that is, all this stereotypical stuff, it's all to have fun with it. It's not to be malice-like or be mean about it. They're all doing it for fun. And as long as you're doing it for fun in a way, it's alright. And just taking ownership of just how ridiculous this voice pack is, and this skin is, then sure, it's a really fun skin. Same thing for Raw America. That's really the standpoint I'll take on that. Now let's take a look at the other general stuff before we get a little ranty. Now, as a bit of a pre-rant, before we get into it, I'm a big fan of Hi-Rez. I really like what they do sometimes with the community. They talk to the community, they just do a lot of interactivity with everybody, and it's cool that way. And we have a lot of fun with it. And I like them for it, and they just made a good quality game. Hands down, whether we don't like the company or not, the game itself is very good. But they do things that F it up a little bit. They're like Owen Wilson, Yumi and Dupree, they're Matthew McConaughey in a bunch of movies, where they're pretty cool with what they do, and everyone likes them, they're the nice guy, but they F it up somehow. They always F it up in some way, and just look worse off for it. Jumping is an example of it. Jumping was a cool idea, it was a funny idea, but it messed with game balance in ways because it screwed up knockups and a lot of other things, and it just keeps happening again and again. They keep finding more things they have to fix because Jump just keeps doing that. And we see other examples like, of course, the icons, which a lot of people are pissed off about, and that is icons are now all gem cost. None of them are favor anymore. Like, filter by favor? None. It's all gems. All gems. All of them. You were holding out for something, it's all gems now. I would not pay 50 gems for my donut. I love my donut, but I would not pay 50 gems for it. It's a little discouraging seeing that, but they added it in so they can make more money off that, so fine. They're trying to maximize revenue, I guess is the way to put it. I'm not happy about it, but that's the way they're doing it. And you see that with the boosters, which I find are useless. And they're doing it again with the treasure chest, which is a little something else. Let me explain the treasure chest. So the treasure chest here is, you put in 200 gems, and you get something worth more than 200 gems. Like, the 200 gem voice pack plus 3-day booster, the booster is like 300 gems. So this is like a 500 value right here. 300 value, 400 value, 600 value, convention holiday skins, and epic skins that are worth, well, you can't really put a price on it because you can only get it this way. But 200 gems for each of these. And there's always a 5% chance of a bonus roll, which means a 5% chance of rolling twice. And I believe this is 1% chance of getting epic and rare, I think. So there we go with that. Now, if you don't have a lot of money, don't do this. Do not do this. Don't do it. Get the skins you want. Get the voice packs you want. Just do that. If you don't have a lot of money, just get what you want. Don't take the risk of getting something you don't like. Don't do it. You don't have a lot of money, so don't do it that way. If you have a lot of money, and here's the plus side to this is, if you want to throw money at Hi-Rez, you just throw your wallet at the screen. You want them to take your money because you like them so much. Like, I like Hi-Rez. I already said I like them. I don't like what they do sometimes. I think it's dumb here and there. But at the end of the day, I do like Hi-Rez for the most part. And I want them to succeed. I just don't like how once in a while they look so sleazy or just look so dumb with what they're doing. And I'll complain about that in a little bit. But here's your chance to throw all the money you want at them. Just throwing gems after gems after gems at them, and here it is. If you don't care what you want, what you get, and you want those convention skins or the exclusive epic skins, there you go. Just throw money at them for that. I'm not going to do it personally unless someone says, here, have some gems so you can do the treasure chest. That's the only way I'm going to do it. If you make me do it, that's the only way I'm going to do it. I'm not going to spend money on this because that's not the way I want to go about it. Yeah, if you don't care what you get, there you go. Now, you will maybe get gold skins. I don't know if you get gold skins, because gold skins are 400, but recolors are 200. So you don't have to worry about accidentally getting recolors, but you might get gold skins. You might get those. And someone was saying they were getting icons, but there's nothing that mentions icons here, so that might have been a bug in PTS. So there you go with that. And in PTS, you could test it out. Someone took, like, they got it on the first try. Some people, they got it after 30 tries. So there you go. There's your chance of getting things. It's random. Random is random. There you go. And that's really it right there is, if you got a lot of money, go for it. Support Hi-Rez, go for it and just put a lot of it in there. Or just buy what you want anyway if you have a lot of money. There you go. If you really want these, there you go as well. Now, I will complain about convention skins a little bit, how people are like, it's exclusive, it should only be for the people who went to the conventions and blah, 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 blah. Screw it. Screw it, guys. Screw it. What? Look, I've been trying hard to get Artemis 2012. I have been. I try to go to all the giveaways for that. But that's all it is. It's the luck of winning a giveaway to get her. The luck of winning a treasure chest to get her. Okay, you went to the convention, you got it. That's nice for you. You know, that's a little bonus to it. The convention was more important for other things, not just getting that. The only people who should be really mad are the people who bought this. The people who bought Convention Artemis should be mad. But they should only be mad at themselves. No one else. I find it complete and utter crap to argue that killing exclusivity is a bad thing. It's a digital game. No. Just no. Alright, we're going to go ahead and rant now. Now, I've been saying it's going to be a rant, but I don't want it to exactly be... It's going to be my concerns and how I feel about it. And there's two things about it. That is, Hi-Rez bowing to the east, that's one thing. The other one is Hi-Rez trying to maximize revenue. We see that with... Let's talk about revenue first. We see that with the boosters. Like, the boosters I feel are absolutely useless. I know. Masteries, even then, you want to grind out so you at least have a basic idea of the gods. There is no reason to have boosters. Ever. Unless you're smurfing, but then it's like, God, why are you smurfing? The icon costing gold gems now instead of favor, very discouraging, but, well, there you go. Now it's gems to only get that, then you got the treasure chest, so they're finding all these different ways to make money off the game. It's like, well, as a business, yes, of course, but at the same time, it does feel sleazy, and there's not much that can be done about that. That's an opinion that will come up, and that's the opinion that's coming up. So it's unfortunate there, and then you have, of course, the Latin America stuff, and after talking to Remedies, I understand it a bit better, and that is, it's a way to get the Latin American players to leave the NA and EU servers to go over to their Latin American servers. That's the idea there, is to entice them to leave us to go play on their own servers. Makes sense there. It's unfortunate we don't have them, but it makes sense. So there you go with that. Now, why am I concerned about Nuwa, what happened there in bowing to the east? And that is, everyone assumed it was Tencent. It's like, no, it's not Tencent. It's actually just the Eastern Fens is what we were bowing to instead. And it's like, that's fine, sort of, but also your excuse was not so fine. And I'm trying to be level about this. That is, Smite Hi-Rez has done a lot of things for the West many times. They've done a lot of cool things, a lot of cool ideas we've had, they've done. That's great. This time they did a gesture for the East, but they did it for Nuwa, who is a new god. And this is all built up and pent up stuff from everything else that's happened with Tencent. Let's just go down the line with that. Tencent, of course, is the reason why we have Teleport to Gods, that really stupid active. They're the reason why we have that. That's not a very good active, it's just terrible. They're the reason why we had that. They're the reason why Kali got changed in a way. They're the reason why Hades got changed, because they don't... Skeletons is disrespectful. They're the reason why Alquang is going to get changed. They're the reason why Changa's portrait is the way it is. Where's Changa right now? Where are you, baby? Where are you? There's Changa. They're the reason why Changa's portrait is this now, where she got a boob job. They're the reason why. She was flatter, boobs didn't matter with her, she's an attractive-looking goddess, and she was fully clothed, and there you go with that. Now she's a little boobalicious. If you look at the Chinese version of this game and that portrait, they've actually taken away some of the material in the center so that you get more cleavage, and you can look at the boobs from the inside a bit. And so it's a little juvenile, but that's what they've done in China. So they've sexualized Chang'e a bit, which is a bit unfortunate. It should not be the factor about her, but it is in there. So you see these changes that Tencent has made to the game, and Hi-Rez had to do them, and so you wonder about the length of the leash on that. And then Nuwa happens, and everyone's like, oh my god, again? Because we already heard about alcohol being changed. Nuwa's getting changed as well? And people just went straight to Tencent, which is indicative of something. That's a symptom of something right there, of how worried people are about Tencent, that I hope Hi-Rez is paying attention to. But Hi-Rez's excuse was, no, we're listening to the Eastern audience. They said they don't recognize Nuwa. I can find you a bunch of Chinese people who don't recognize Nuwa, regardless of which one, by the way. Not everyone knows who the hell Nuwa is. But they changed Nuwa because of this. And it's a nice gesture for the East. It is, we're listening to them, so we changed Nuwa for that. But the people who loved old Nuwa, of course, are not happy about it. People who are concerned about the East are not happy about it either. But on a more level thought about things, Smite has done things for the West, for us. They've done a lot of nice things. They've also done things we don't like. And for the East, they're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to get goodwill with the East as well by making this change to Nuwa. And they made her extremely boobalicious with the underboob, but that's what they've done. And it's just worrying. One is we've made Nuwa even sexier from an already sexy god skin. Just holy crap. So we're still going down that path, which is worrying. And then the other one is just, she's fairly recent. She got the remodel while other gods could really use the remodel. And this is just another thing that feels like they're pandering a little too much to the East by going over and doing this to her, while people complain about Freya and Arachne and some other gods. But I don't know. It's a balancing act that you have to do with Hi-Rez. You want to keep both audiences happy. You want to keep Tencent happy. You're trying to keep everyone happy. That's what you do as a company. But by doing that, you are of course going to anger people at the same time. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Basically, is what's going on with Hi-Rez. And for that, I understand, guys. I understand that you got a lot of things you have to figure out. And initially, I was extremely unhappy about this. But after thinking about it, even now, it's not much of a rant. It's more of a, I understand. I get it. I get it now. At the last minute, I get why you're doing what you're doing. It's still concerning, though. So hopefully in the future, we see what happens. But I don't know. I really don't. And we'll talk about the kit in a bit. The kit pisses me off a little bit just because of the Karthus ult. And we'll talk about that at the end of the video. So up next is items. Alright, so there's only one change to items, and that is that Bumba's mask has been not exactly buffed, but changed so that pets now apply to it as well. So Arachne spiders apply to the plus 10 power, and also Vulcan's turret. So that's great there. Should make jungling a little bit better for the both of them. The other thing to talk about, of course, is the new UI on character building. So this is much better. There's actives and consumables now, so you can have a full-on example build, and of course, levels. And you can have levels wherever you want them. Go like, I want this one, this one, this one. I can skip a level, and then just have all the levels in these other spots right here. So you can figure out level skipping and stuff, so that'd be really great there for people. And just clicking randomly here. And there you go. So this is good for just figuring out what level order you want, and you can actually have that in the game. You can auto level in this order. You can go like you want these and then skip some levels, so you can have double pickups, stuff like that. Although this would be a really bad plan. But there you go with that. So that's really cool that they've updated this better. It's more like the old one, so now they've gone even more forward with this. It used to be one step forward, one step back with Hi-Rez with this one, where they made this look better, but they took away this and this. So it's much better now, and I'm happy for it. So God nerfs and buffs. So first up we got here is Hebo. It's more of a bug fix, and that is, oh wow, they made the lettering bigger, is the water scroll. People could jump and ignore part of the scroll. Now you can't jump over the scroll anymore. So this is another example of annoyance I have with Hi-Rez. Like, I have a lot of annoyances right now, but one is jumping. When they added jumping, they said it will not affect gameplay. It will never affect gameplay. Back in the day, you could hop during Hercules' Earthbreaker, and it would F up that thing. You could F up so many abilities with jump. You could jump back into the fountain in Assault. There were so many things you could F up with jump. They had to keep bug fixing them again and again and again and again. And here's another one. Another bug that needs to be fixed was the water scroll. You could ignore part of it when it's slowing you down with jump. And we saw one in the Sobek game where Ymir screwed up my pull on him because he was jumping. So you keep seeing examples of the jump going wrong, and it's just another example of what Hi-Rez is, and that is a very fun game. They do fun ideas, but they F it up in some way, and that was another example of that is what jumping does. So there you go. So a little bug fix with Hebo. Now here's one that annoyed a lot of people, and that is Janus got buffed. Janus has 20 extra HP flat for him at the start, and his portal now has 3 seconds less cooldown on that, so you can do the portal more often. And the justification they gave for that wasn't really one, but I think the reason why it happened was people are underperforming with Janus. Janus is very strong when played right. but Janice can be easily played wrong. And because of that, there are probably not a lot of wins with Janice. So because of that, he got buffed a little bit, and they felt maybe a little buff in HP and utility with the portal was going to be a better way to do it. But people who know how Janice is played knows that this is going to be a really scary thing, because it just lets Janice do things sooner, and that's scary already. So here's one that a lot of people were not happy about as well, and that is Rama got nerfed on the Astral Strike. And the idea here is now it costs mana 25 per arrow, and now it slows 10% every time you hit someone up to 3, so up to 30%. It used to go from slow from 20% up to 40%. So it is a nerf. It's a little, you can have it slow stronger at the beginning now, and it's worse off later on, of course, and it is just flat out a nerf across the board, because you gotta hit them 3 times to get that really good slow. It used to be 1 arrow, you got someone slowed for 40%, that is pretty damn good. Now it's gonna take a little bit longer, so definitely a nerf on Astral Strike there. Of course, the mana cost does hurt him a bit as well. And people are arguing about mana cost and how it costs more than other people to clear and all this and that. And I don't know. Maybe the cost of mana should be a little bit lower, because it does require quite a few Astral Strike arrows to clear a wave. And you got to build up those Astral Strike arrows as well. So you have to wait a while before you can do things in a way, because Astral Strike needs quiver arrows, while as other hunters, when they clear, don't need anything besides just mana. So maybe it should be lowered a little bit, I don't know. The slow thing's fine. It does hurt his kill potential, but I think that probably was good enough of a nerf, was just killing his kill potential a little bit. But we'll see how it goes in the future. But definitely might have been too much on this one ability here. Serket getting buffed on ambush. Now you instantly can jump instead of waiting 0.3 seconds before you can jump. And the jump distance has been increased from 55 to 65. So that gives her better survivability there. And then Last Breath, which is her ultimate, now is not affected by CC reduction, so she's on you for a full second. Because it used to be less than that because of CC reduction, stuff like that. So the idea there is she can hold you longer, which keeps you out of commission longer. It does put her at risk longer as well, so there's back and forth on that. As far as ambush goes, that's just purely a buff there. She has more survivability because she can just jump sooner. I've died quite a few times because I got killed right when I'm about to jump because of that ability, so that's nice there. But people who play Serket and play her well know that this might be not a good thing, because she's already pretty strong, but it's hard to tell that with her because she's such a glass cannon. Serket has a very damaging skill set here with her kit. She can destroy people horribly. The thing is, she's so fragile, she can easily be killed as well. If you play her smart and positioned well and everything, yeah, you can be a monster with her. But one little mistake and you do die with her. And so I think that's why they put up for more survivability on ambush, because people were getting caught with that. And so there you go with that. Just look at the stats. She probably died too much, so they're giving her more survivability. But maybe with this increase here on survivability, it might be too much. Who knows? I think with the way people play her, how aggressive she's played, she'll probably still die just as much anyway. So maybe we won't see any more buffs to her. People are hoping we don't see any more buffs to her, because she is strong, just easily killed. And lastly, Sun Wukong got a buff to his Master's Will. Now it only costs 50 mana across the board. It used to cost 60 up to, I think, like 90 or 100. So that's a nice buff there in a way, because now it's just cheaper. It's just way cheaper, and also cooling up and down by 2 seconds. The argument people have against this, though, is that he still requires 2 abilities to clear a wave, because he needs the Cudgel and the Master's Will to clear now. So he's using both his abilities, while other gods only need to use one. Like Shaki just has to throw his axe for the most part, that's cleared. Vamana just has to throw his umbrella for the most part, and it's cleared. While as Sun Wukong never has enough damage to clear a wave on just the Cudgel there. So that's the argument people are making, is he needs both of these to clear. Why can't we just make Cudgel strong enough that he clears? Because this wasn't the problem, is what people were saying. And I get that argument, I get it. And they have good examples of it, but I don't know, maybe it just makes him unique in that way. I don't play Sun Wukong enough to really feel this. Especially because, I don't know. I think they have a good point. They have a fair point there. But I don't play him or see him enough right now to really know and gauge it. So I'd have to play him for a while to really get a good feel of how much that hurts him in the solo lane. This was a move to make him better in the solo lane. But when they make the point that, yeah, he has to use 2 abilities while most gods have to use 1, it does hurt him still. So there's that. Alright, up next is going to be Nuwa. So let's have some fun looking at that.
Nuwa.
Nuwa. There she is right there. Let's go and go in here. Alright, so people say she looks like Pocahontas Sacagawea. Yes, she does. People say she looks like belly dancing. Yes, she does. She looks like a lot of things that aren't Chinese. Yes, she does. Now, there's probably something in Chinese that looks like this, but it does not innately say Chinese to me. It does not innately say Nuwa to me either. It does innately say boobage for sure, And she looks extremely white. Yes, she does. Okay. So let's go ahead and just level everything up really quick. So I'm going to talk about her kit. So her kit is pretty good. I'm going to miss the old kit, of course. I'm sad about that. Too bad they didn't unbatch her kit. That would have been great. And her kit, for everything but the ultimate, I'm fine. It's a pretty interesting idea, pretty cool idea. I just don't like the Karthus ultimate because of the lack of skill it involves. And people were going to argue it still uses skill, and it does. You have to time it, you have to think about it. But still, it is a everything gets hit, nothing does not get hit, unless they use Aegis ability. Well, everything else is skill-based, pretty much. Hi-Rez has been talking about being skill-based forever, but this one move, not so skill-based. So let's go ahead and talk about things. So her passive is, hit things with 5 basic attacks for 6 attack, who have a root. You can miss it, it can work on minions, it can work on gods. So of course you want to use this on an enemy god, so that you catch them in the root and then do all your abilities on them. Of course, half the roster has the ability to get out of roots, because it doesn't cripple as well, but still, not a bad passive to have. And some people really hate it and some people like it. I think, holy crap, she attacks fast. That's what I think. Wow. Is this really 1.3 seconds here? Jesus. This is really 1.3 attack speed? She attacks fast. Look at that. That is some good attack speed. Just give her 1 attack speed on, maybe hasteless, and that passive is going to be working wonders. Now, her first ability is Mysterious Fog, and that's her invisibility fog, but it goes forward, doesn't go with her anymore. And it does damage per tick like Alchemix Tornado, so there you go, like that. If you're in it, it hits you. The initial hit will do the full damage, and after that's only 20%. So 250 at first, and then 50 per tick after that, 6 seconds. So not bad damage there, pretty good for clearing. If it doesn't clear them out, it weakens them pretty well for you. Her second ability is the Clay Soldiers again, but now they have damage per level. And they actually have HP go up with your HP, and they do magical protection reduction, and they do dash at targets. This is something interesting to see here. They're like the boar. They'll rush at something once one of them hits something, but you can blow them up right now. Bam! You blow them up with your 3. Now, you have 1 at the first level, then 2, and then middle levels, and then finally 3 at the final level. And just look at that reduction, though. Each one can hit somebody. So hitting an enemy god will reduce 75 of their magical protection for 2 seconds. That is amazing. That is really amazing. That's really good debuffing right there. And then you got her 3, which is a piercing skill shot. Does a good amount of damage there. And if it hits minions, your clay soldiers, it blows them up. And the explosion does a good amount of damage, as you can see. And it stuns for 1.5 seconds. So that's a lot right there. That's really good. That is pretty damn good. Basically, stay the hell away from her soldiers is what you want to do, because they'll hurt. You can still get stacks off them, though, if you're an enemy god. So that's nice there. So she has really good clear here. Probably good jungle potential if you blow up your minions and use these different abilities and your fog in a way. I should try her out in jungle at some point, but I think solo is where she's going to be at her best. Maybe even mid, because of her good clear potential. Maybe not mid so much because she doesn't have really good escape, but solo you don't need escape as hard, so maybe solo is the best spot for her. You put out the fog, does some good clearing there, and then you could finish off with these guys if you want. You can blow them up or not blow them up, either way. And you'll just have really good push. You'll have very good push. But as far as ganking or just killing an enemy god, what you do is you root them first, of course, and if they don't have a way of getting out of that root, they're screwed, because now you're going to put the clay soldiers on them, like so. You would just... We can show it at raw, forget it. We'll show it at raw. Let's speed on over there. This gives you, of course, invisibility and 10% extra movement speed. So you're going to go to raw and show it at him. So you would root raw, you'd hit him with the soldiers, then blow up the soldiers on him, then you'd hit him with the fog, and then finish him off with the ultimate if you have to. So, hitting raw. 1, 2... I don't have any items, so this is going to hurt a little bit. So there, he's rooted, with the soldiers on him, they're beating him down, reduces his armor, put the fog on him, still hurting him pretty good. And then, of course, you do your ultimate if you need to, and he's going to get finished. That doesn't apply to raw! It doesn't apply to raw! Nice to know. There you go. That's why I should probably do Joust to show this off, but it's easier to show in jungle. So, that's funny, though. That's funny. Now, my problem with the ultimate, of course, is it's a Karthus ult. It is a no-skill ult. I'm saying that. I'm okay with a lot of things. Initially, I was very angry about a lot of things about this patch. And then I realized and understood a lot of things like, no, it's fine. It's all fine. A lot of things are fine. They're trying to do all these things, and that's what they need to do. But this ultimate pisses me off. 2 years ago, we were like, I hope this ultimate never happens. We all hoped. I don't think anyone wanted goddamn Karthus ult. Everyone was saying in the forums, because it was more forums than Reddit back then, we don't want to see a Karthus ult. We really hope we never see one. Smite is about skill. We don't want to see a Karthus ult, and we hope it doesn't happen. Now we have it. Now we got the Karthus ult. I'm not happy about it. Karthus ult is one of the most annoying ults ever in League of Legends. And so we have it here. And it doesn't do a lot of damage. That's the counter argument. It doesn't do a lot of damage, has long cooldown. But there's utility on it, and this thing will be amazing late game. You are granted vision when you do this ultimate. And the way the ultimate works is she flies up into the sky, as you saw. And she will attack all 5 gods. It doesn't matter if she can see them or not. She gets vision of where they are, and she shoots them with a fireball. There's a 3-second time between that and when they get hit. You can Aegis and not take the hits to survive. So in a way, she's like Ares, where she wastes Aegis while Ares wastes beads or Aegis. That's the way she is like that. More so than it would be comparing it to Thanatos and Poseidon, who are the same thing. You want to use Aegis on them, because she hits everything instead of just one target. She's a team waster of actives, basically. So her and Ares together, pretty hard to deal with. And it's you can't miss this ultimate. The enemy has to dodge it. They can only dodge it using Banish. With Janus, he can banish himself. Frey can banish someone on accident. Aegis, Aphrodite's ultimate, or Changa's jump. That's it. Leaps will not save you. The shot will still chase you and hit you. And in the early game, it won't mean much for damage. It really won't. That's not a lot of damage there. Not a lot at all. But it does give vision, which means Nuwa should be played with someone with Curse Chat. Because you know where everyone is for a split second, but with that knowledge, your teammates know who's out of position. And your teammates know who's easy to kill now. So that's what it gives you. That's what it tells you. And that's very valuable for your team, to have vision on where the enemy gods are. And late game, this is the big one here, is you can easily get 600, 800 magical power. That's not hard to do if you go full on power with Nuwa. And I think it might be possible because just the way her kit works. And this becomes a 700, 800 damage attack. That's a third of people's HP. That is really nice damage there. So you can use that to finish people off, or you can use that to soften them up for team fights. Think about it. There's a fight at the Gold Fury. She ultimates, everyone's got a third of their HP less. You're not winning that fight now. You have not that much HP to deal with anything anymore. You got to get out of there. Same thing for Fire Giant. When objective battles happen, her ultimate's going to be extremely valuable, because it's going to weaken a team. And with them weakened, she's going to be able to cause a lot of trouble, and so will her teammates, and maybe even get a bunch of kills, and then they secure the objective. That's what it means. That's what this ultimate is, and that's going to be disastrous for the other team to deal with. It's not as strong as it could be, which is a good thing, because if it's too strong, people are going to hate it even more. But it's still just based on the idea, not a lot of skill involved in it, and it's going to be a terror in the late game for sure. But that's everything there, and yeah, I was not happy with a lot of things with this patch at first. Now, I'm fine with a lot of things. Still not okay with the ultimate, though. And we'll see it in action soon enough. We're going to see an Arena, Conquest, and Siege Nuwa in the future, but not tonight. We're going to see Loki tonight, Soul Lane, experimenting with that. Seeing how I feel about that, because Loki's going to be the next guide after Bacchus. And there you go with that. Because normally I would cancel my streams because of patch days, but we're giving away gems today at the stream, so I can't cancel that. That wouldn't be right. So we're not going to see Nuwa today. We'll see Nuwa tomorrow. Well, there we go. That is the patch. And I had fun, a lot of fun watching and listening. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time. Snake form. Not boom.